Vodafone isn't exactly the first company that comes to mind when you think of premium smartphone manufacturers, but with the Smart Platinum 7, the UK carrier is giving it its best shot. This is a device that has some surprisingly neat features for a £300 phone, and that might just be worthy of your attention, as long as you're happy with being tied to a Vodafone contract. One question that springs to mind is this: if this is Vodafone's first attempt at a premium handset though, then why is it the Smart Platinum 7 and not just the Smart Platinum? The company also offers a Smart Prime 7, Smart Ultra 7 and Smart Turbo 7 though, and these did come with lower numbered versions, so presumably it's an attempt to get all the branding to line up. To look at, the Vodafone Smart Platinum 7 is off to a good, but not great, start. It doesn't have quite the same wow factor as flagships from the likes of Samsung or Sony, but then not everything has to be new to be good. What the Platinum 7 does have is a professional-looking black finish and a nicely patterned, reflective rear. It's understated but feels quite executive, and as a rare surprise the shiny rear panel is not too much of a fingerprint magnet. It's the same story with the screen, surprisingly high-end. It has a nice and crisp 2K 1440 by 2560 resolution, and it's in a AMOLED panel at that. With this in mind, it's no surprise that it also has great color saturation, deep blacks that almost blend into the bezels, and decent brightness. At 5.5 inches, the screen is also more than large enough for the majority of tasks and to be considered a phablet. Whether you're watching YouTube or playing games, you're going to have a good time with this display. This phone performs pretty smoothly, due to the great combination of software and hardware. Specs-wise, the Platinum 7 could be seen to be slightly underpowered when compared with the last generation of flagships, as it uses an octa-core Snapdragon 652 processor, which has 4 Cortex-A72 cores clocked at 1.8 GHz and the other 4 Cortex-A53 cores at 1.2 GHz. Despite that, navigating around the home screen is seamless, launching apps is snappy, and the processor should be beefy enough to handle most games and apps with no problem. For me, the longevity of the 3000 mAh battery is actually one of the stars of the show here, and it's one of the things that Vodafone is bragging about the most in its marketing. Bragging rights are earned though, and the battery life here has put all my recent phones to shame. For me, the camera lets the side down somewhat. The rear shooter has plenty of pixels at 16 MP, but the results just can't compete with the top players. There's a f/2.0 aperture, but it does not perform well in low light settings. To be fair though, a two-tone LED flash makes up for that to some degree.